Okay, everybody, welcome back. Just a little announcement here. Little Abby. She climbed up the whole log herself, and it was pretty good to watch. She was in the bottom of her porta cot, and she climbed up onto the log and climbed up to the top there with no worries at all. Still an issue with her paw, but she's adapting rather well. That's what happens when you put good food. She wants to go up to it, so yeah, so she's doing pretty good now. She's up there eating, as you can see. From a couple of days ago when she was knocking on death's door to a few days later on her antibiotics, her supplement feeding and all that sort of stuff too. If you see my hand going there, that might be just because I just want to make sure she's not going to fall. But she did climb all the way up to that top there by herself. With a little bit of trouble, but not major. We'll put the video up later so you can see. But it's good to see that she's actually starting to use her paw. Not so much use the paw, but she still uses the paw to climb, which is pretty amazing considering it's meant to have some sort of nerve damage and hopefully it comes back again. But the way she uses it, she just gets her arm and pushes the paw into the tree so the nails connect, and then she climbs. And she just climbed up like a big koala girl. And now she's just munching all these leaves. Like now, she's holding that leaf with a good paw. Now, I don't even know how she's holding up there. I'm worried that she's going to fall. Because she's just so, yeah, just looks so uncomfortable. Well, not uncomfortable, just so scary that it looks like she's going to fall. But she knows what she's doing. But we just want to make sure that she can start exercising now like she's doing and climb up to the top of the tree. I'm just panicking because I think she's going to fall, but she's doing all right. But she's munching away over there, and you can see she's really loving those leaves. If anyone's online watching, hearts up, send all the hearts. And so I'm just worried she's going to fall because she's really going aggro with those leaves, trying to get them. But yeah, comment, send all the love hearts if you're watching. Share as many times as you can. Bring awareness that our koalas need protection, and they need loving, and they need habitat and corridor systems. And yeah, our koalas are getting sick. She's meant to have kidney issues, which is a common thing in Smith Creek Reserve because there's no running, flowing creek water as natural as before. On hot days it dries out, and then you end up with no water, and then she can't flush her kidneys out because there's no water. Because of the hot days, the leaf hasn't got much nutrients in it as well. That's just my hand there, just worried that she's going to fall, but I just want to make sure she's all right. She knows what she's doing. Look at her go. And yeah, so in Smith Creek, we've had a lot of koalas with kidney failure due to not having much water source there. Also, she's got kidney infections, they believe. That could have been the reason that she was on the ground, because they're badly infected, and then it affected her health, and her she got skinny and all that sort of stuff. I'm just panicking that she's going to fall. But she's more comfortable than it looks. So yeah, it's like a fork in the tree. That's a big stem that comes down into the porta cot, and then you can see across the top there, there's another branch there as well, so she can rest on. And I put all the leaf up in that corner so she would climb, and obviously it worked. And she's climbing like a good little girl. We'll see if we can put the camera around and see her face instead of her just hiding herself at us. There you go. Oop. Moves a bit too far. So yeah, so she's quite happy there. She's got a different variety of leaf there to eat. She's right near the window here, so there's a nice cool breeze coming in now. We do, like I said, we do mist the leaves so she can get moisture off the leaves like this. See, there's moisture coming down. She loves the moisture on the leaves. That's how koalas get their water source, from the moisture on the leaves. Obviously on hot days that's not possible. But feel free to ask the question. I'll move it so you can see her a bit better again. She's moved again. But she's happily munching away there. And this is what we want to see. We want to see improvements on a daily basis. You know, when she first came in, she was 3.6 kilos, and now she's up to 4.2 kilos. So she's gaining weight. That's a good thing. She was lazing around a bit too much. That's why we thought we'd better get her exercising to get those muscles built back up and get her actually able to climb again. Because we all know there's no point having a koala if it can't climb. It's got to do what it can do in the natural wild. And if she's not possible in climbing, there would be no possible release for her. But now that we've got her moving and getting all her muscles built up, she should hopefully start using that paw. And she just used it then. I don't know if you've seen, she just used that leg to pull herself up. So she's adapting even though that paw itself is not 100% working. But she is eating and loving it. And she's got to have a leaf right in front of where we want. See a beautiful head. Oh, it's not going to work. Yeah. So she loves the leaf, and she's got, I think there's about 4 different varieties of eucalyptus there. She's also on poo shakes. If no one knows what a poo shake is, it's actually poo from a really good healthy koala that we know that's really healthy. And you mix that up with other supplement foods, and you will syringe feed her that, and that will fix her gut flora in her tummy and make any infections and all that sort of stuff go away, because the healthy koala poop that's in it helps fight that bacteria of the other issues. So yeah, as you can see, I'll see if I can remove that leaf, because it's right in the way. There we go. But she's a thing that happens with koalas when they come into care. Yes, they are a wild animal, and she should stay as a wild animal. But when they come into care, they calm down a little bit, and they're not as feisty, because I believe that they know that you're there to look after them and to help them the best you can, and to get them healthy again. They know they're sick, and they know that they need help. And but I'll tell you what, once she's 100% fit and ready to go, and she could be looking friendly and all, but once you get her to a tree and she knows that she's back out in that wild, she will take off like there's no tomorrow, straight up that tree. And they know that they're here and we're helping them. Oh, obviously in the beginning when you rescue them, they don't like to be rescued, but then eventually, you know, they come to terms with the idea that you're here to help them. And that's all we really want to do. We just want to help them. And the sooner we get her muscle built up and her using her paw, and we'll put her into the next enclosure, which will be a climbing tree, a small climbing tree, to get her to go from up top and down to build more muscles. And once she has done that, and we know she's done that pretty good, we will then put her into a climbing facility we have, which is a proper big gum tree in a fenced area, protected from any dangerous source like foxes and all that sort of stuff. And that will be a muscle build-up centre as well, so they'll build up their muscles, plus they'll have food. And then once we know that she's 100% there and she can climb and all that sort of stuff, she will have minimal contact with anyone to build her back to her wild stage. So once that happens, and we know she's going to be able to defend herself back in the wild, and we will then release her back to where she comes from. So yeah, it's a stage process, you know. Just because she's looking good and this and that, we can't just let her go. We've got to make sure she's 100%, and we've got to make sure she can climb as well. Because if she can't climb, there is really no point in releasing her. A koala on the ground is not going to last long. But like I said, we're building her muscles up by making her climb. And the way we do that is just to put a log in like we did, with a little V shape up the top, and put the leaf up there and say, hey, if you want that leaf now, you have to work for it. And that means you have to do your own rehab, doesn't it, Abby? And then you will go and climb up the log like you did, you cute little girl, and you will then get the leaf that you want. if you're going to give her the leaf that she wants, she's not going to want to exercise, you know what I mean? So the whole idea is to put it up, make her go up and get it. You can see that little bandage on her leg. That was where she had the cannula. That's been removed, as she is no longer needing fluids put in. Like I said, she only does get the antibiotics in the morning and in the afternoon. If you see my hand near her butt, it's just because, like I said, I'm worried that she's going to fall, even though she's probably not. But yeah, there's a few different reasons that people reckon she came into care. She was in Smith Creek Reserve near a fire trail. It was suspected that she was hit by a car and got back into the reserve somehow, which is quite possible, but there was no breaks or anything. There was a little bit of bruising on her kidney as well. Other ones were possibly she got too weak and fell out of the tree, hence the reason she's got nerve damage on her wrist. She probably landed on it. Or we all hear those stupid motorbikes that fly through the bloody reserve. She could have possibly been clipped by one of them as well. But at the end of the day, because koalas don't talk, we're never going to know what was wrong with her and what happened to her. All we can really concentrate on now is to get her back to the wild where she belongs. So Smith Creek is where she's from, which is backs onto the back of my place. So when she's big and strong and she's done all her all that training and exercise and boot camp to get back out there, she's going to go back out there. And like I said, she's only 3 years old. And look at her go with that tree. She's 3 years old, and once she, maybe another couple of years, and she'll be out there breeding and producing young for our healthy, beautiful koalas that we are lucky to have in this Macarthur region. And they do span out to Holsworthy and beyond. And Heathcote Road, Appin, Wilton, these areas, corridor systems, and bushlands and habitat need to be protected, because these are unique species that we have, and we need to look after them. We can't do a recovery plan when it's too late and they're dead, you know, and we'll bring them back like they want to bring back dinosaurs or the Tasmanian devil. We have them here, we have them in Campbelltown, and we need to start protecting them and making sure that we are doing everything we can to protect the only known diseased koalas that we are known to have in the Macarthur region. And look at her beautiful big sharp claws she has. And like I said, she is a wild koala, and look, she's looking in the camera at you. She will, if feels threatened or stressed, she'll let you know, but she's not stressed at all. A sign of stress is, I'm just worried that she's going to fall. She's still not using that claw 100%. And so we want to keep her as dehumanised as possible, so we just let her do what she wants to do. But like I said, they do calm down when they come in care, and she's very calm with me. She knows I have to pick her up and move her from facilities to clean her bed, to make sure she's got a clean bum and all that sort of stuff, until she can start to maintain herself again. So at the moment, she's getting me to do all the dirty work for her, while she just sits around and eats beautiful leaf. We just went out there now and got some beautiful leaf and wet it all down, and she loves it. But she has to work for it now. I said to her, Abby, I can't be doing everything for you, sweetheart. You need to get back into the wild as quick as possible to get your place, and we need you to start munching and climbing and not being lazy like you are now, lying across the log just to get what you want. But there's so much variety of food there, and she's loving it. Any questions? Come on, people, there's got to be some sort of questions out there. When she came into care, she was very, very, very dark brown. That's a sign that the koala is sick and not well at all. It doesn't show too much in this picture of the video, but in reality, she's really grey, and she's starting to come more grey like a koala should be. Any other questions? Or any question? No one wants to give me a question. You just all want to watch. Come on. Abby wants a question. Look at her munching away there. So yeah, she is using that leg a bit, but not as much as... I would like her to move up a bit more and just sit her bum into the fork, where she would feel a bit more secure. But I'm going to let her do what she wants. so she can feel comfortable. So she must feel comfortable and safe there. So she's just going to continue to sit there and do what she wants to do. If she wants to get the higher leaf, she'll have to climb a little bit higher to get that. But at all times when she's in this facility here, the climbing pen, I want to make sure I'm here at all times watching her to make sure that there's no accidental falls or she doesn't climb too far and fall over the side. We just want her to build her muscles and get strong so we can release her back into the wild. Because there's nothing better than seeing a koala in the wild than seeing a koala in the wild. You know, you can see them in the zoos, you can see them here and there, and it's just not the same. We need our unique... Oh, you're not going to fall, Bubba, eh? No, good. Yeah, like I said, you'll see my hand coming every now and then just to make sure she's not going to. But she's doing really good after 3 or 4 days in care now. She's made huge progress. Like I said, she was on death's door at one point, and now look at her, you know, she's chomping away on the flu. I'm going to spray the leaf a bit more so she can have some more spray. And she loves that spray as well. It's like a cooling mist on her. We have got air conditioning in the house, but we don't want to climatise her too much to the comforts of abnormal weather conditions. So we want to try to keep her a bit like the wild, you know. So she's near a window, she's got the window open, she gets a little bit of sunlight, she gets to feel the heat and all that sort of stuff. Because there's no point having a koala in care for a couple of months, let's say, and get her used to the aircon. And then once she's used to the aircon, she will then go back into the wild, and on a hot day she will just not handle it at all. So we need to make sure that we mimic the natural climate and all that stuff, and trees that she eats in the wild and the forks that she's got, just to make her feel more home. Once I put that log in, you can see that she sparked up straight away, because she knew that that is something like back in the wild that she had. You know what I mean? So from a doggy bed that she had, a round doggy bed, where she felt comfortable for a few days until she recovered, to then to a log, now to climbing the log and getting the leaf that she wants is just great to see. Stay tuned for more of Abby's recovery adventure, I'll call it. She's doing well, she's munching away, and she's loving life. And like we said, our goal at Sydney Wildlife is to get these critters as fit and healthy as possible and back into the wild where they belong. We don't want to keep them any longer than we have to. The sooner she's rehabilitated and put back into the wild, the sooner she can live her normal wild life. And that at Sydney Wildlife is what we strive to do. We want our koalas and other wildlife that we have in care to have minimal contact with people in their stay. Obviously, I have to wipe a bum and give her needles, so there's not much minimum contact there. But we don't hold them, we don't cuddle them, we don't, unless it was a young baby that needed the love like its mother would give it if its mother was passed away. But like I said, she's 3 years old, so she needs minimal contact as possible, just to keep an eye on her, make sure she can climb, eat, drink if she wants to, and do what she wants to. So stay tuned for more of, just 1 minute, I think we've got a question. No question. All right, so yeah, stay tuned for more Abby's recovery adventures. We'll have some more coming on soon, probably tomorrow, or maybe one tonight on YouTube when she's in her hospital enclosure, to see what she gets up to at night. Okay, thank you everyone for watching, and God bless.